Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHallaTV.
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 At ConsumerHallaTV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe. Good morning, the time is 8 o'clock and we appreciate you for joining us at ConsumerHallaTV News at 8 this beautiful Wednesday morning, where we give you the latest happening around the globe. I'm Ayomikunle Ike. Now let's begin the news with the headlines. Mr. Wale says the federal government will not rely less on borrowing. Said capital hike to spur mega squeeze the smaller operator. The commercial and merchant bank loans dropped to 52 trillion naira lowest in 14 months. Away from the headlines, we begin the news this morning talking about the federal government. The federal government plans to rely more on domestic resources and reduce the dependence on borrowing. About this, the Minister of Finance, Mr. Wale, said this while speaking on Bloomberg television at the World Economic Forums in Davos, Switzerland yesterday. Mr. Redden emphasized the need to focus on the revenue generation, as he added that while the country could access the international bond market, if necessary, the government priority is to mobilize its own resources. The minister remarked come as Nigeria implements the fiscal reforms aimed at strengthening its economy. Mr. Redden outlined the government effort to raise the tax revenue and strengthen the fiscal sustainability and mounting the global economic pressure. The Securities and Exchange Commission revised the minimum capital requirement for capital market operators is expected to trigger mergers and acquisitions in Nigeria, with smaller players likely to exit the market. This was a statement made known by the expert. Meanwhile, the chief economist and managing editor of ProShare, Teslim Shitabe, explained that fund managers and asset managers operate differently from banks. He said the fund managers take money from third parties and they don't invest their own money. In a statement, it says, if I'm managing assets that are in excess of 500 billion naira, but it is not my money, why should I be capitalized at 2 billion naira or 3 billion naira? He also stressed that capitalization requirement is that for banks may not be appropriate for the capital market operators. Away from that, the loan provided by Commercial and Merchants Bank in Nigeria dropped to 52 trillion naira in June 2025, marking the lowest level in just 14 months. This is according to the CBN latest quarterly statistical bulletin. The last time the figure fell below this threshold was in April 2024, when it stood at 51 trillion naira. Moreover, the CBN data revealed that the June 2025 figure represented 2 trillion naira decline from May 55 trillion naira, translating to 4.95%, a month-on-month decrease. However, on a year-on-year basis, loans dipped slightly by 9 billion naira, less than 1% compared to 52 trillion naira in June 2024. And these figures reflect a cautious approach by banks in issuing loans as the sector continues to grapple with recapitalization compliance requirement set by the Apex Bank. Remember, the CBN has set March 30th, 2026 as the deadline date for banks to meet the revised capital requirement. Away from business now, let's report about the latest incident that happened in Lagos State where fire destroys goods worth millions in Lagos State Computer Village. A commercial building in Lagos Computer Village caught fire early yesterday morning, resulting in the loss of goods valued at millions of naira. The incident occurred at a one-story structure on Shomoyi or Shundai Road Street at Ikeja. According to a preliminary report by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, the emergency responders were mobilized shortly before 2 a.m. after distress calls were received through the state 767 and 112 emergency lines. Lasema said emergency personnel arrived at the scene around 2:15 a.m. and found the upper floor of the building occupied by traders dealing in computers and accessories fully engulfed in flames. Report says that thick smoke and intense heat were visible on arrival, indicating severe combustion within the structure. And away from Lagos State, the federal government has inaugurated a committee on book ranking and selection to enhance the quality and affordability of textbooks used in Nigerian schools. The announcement was made in Abuja on Monday during this week at the inauguration with the Minister of Education, Dr. Tuji Alausa. The initiative aims to address gaps that have allowed poor quality materials, lack of standardization, and excessive financial burdens on parents to persist. While speaking at the event, Minister Alausa said the current system had failed to validate and rank textbooks before approval properly. He explained that some subjects had as many as 50 approved books with no quality benchmark, allowing instructions materials to minimize the quality to be approved alongside higher quality options. Away from education now, let's talk about communications, as the Nigerian Communications Commission has unveiled a new spectrum roadmap aimed at expanding the country's broadband capacity amid the surge in data consumption by Nigerians. Still talking on the news, the Commission unveiled the draft spectrum roadmap for 2026 to 2030 alongside new guidelines for opening the lower 6GHZ and 60GHZ spectrum bands at an event in Abuja. They made it known that the initiative is designed to attract investment and prepare Nigeria's telecom infrastructure for rapidly growing data demand. According to the Commission, GSMA intelligence data projected an average mobile data usage per connection in Nigeria to increase from 5.8 gigabyte per month in 2025 to 12.0 gigabyte by 2030. Over the same period, active mobile subscriptions are projected to grow from 171 million to about 220 million. And back to Lagos State, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has accused some local and international non-governmental organizations of taking advantage of the demolition exercise in the Makoko area of the state. The governor said these NGOs have made a lot of money from foreign donors requesting grant and wealth into those places. This was made known by Governor Sanwo-Olu while speaking to journalists after signing the 4.4 trillion appropriation bill into law on Monday during this week. The governor of Lagos State, who defended the demolition of structures in the act, said the state government is studying the situation and will provide evidence. Away from the Center of Excellence, the chairman and chief executive officer of the agency, General Buba Marawa, said the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrested not fewer than 77,792 drug offenders and seized about 14,847 kilograms of assorted illegal drugs in the last 5 years. General Mawa disclosed this yesterday in Abuja during the NDLEA Commands Awards at a commendation ceremony where outstanding commands and personnel of the agency were honored for their performance over the past years. According to him, the seizures significantly disrupted the local and transnational drug trafficking network, sending a clear message that Nigeria is no longer a safe haven for illicit drug enterprises. He said the agency also arrested 128 identified drug barons who played central roles in major trafficking operations across the country, noting that the success were the result of deliberate reforms aimed at repositioning the NDLEA for effective service delivery. And now on electricity, as Nigeria's power supply crisis seems to be unabated, as stranded electricity generation capacity rose by 1.19% to 2,275 megawatts over a 5-year period, and has highlighted the persistent weakness of the country's transmission infrastructure and worsening liquidity challenges across the power value chain. The operational data obtained from electricity generating companies show that despite available generation capacity, a significant portion of power remains unevacuated due to transmission constraint, resulting in widespread load shedding and unstable electricity supply nationwide. The data indicate that stranded generation capacity stood at 2,248.50 megawatts in 2021, dropped to 1,816.49 megawatts in 2022, and rose to 2,226.96 megawatts in 2023, declined slightly to 1,180.31 megawatts in 2024 before climbing to 2,275.67 megawatts in December 2025, which is the highest level recorded within the period under review. And now, reacting to the development, Gencos expressed concern over what they described as a 33.6% deficiency in power evacuation, attributing the shortfall largely to obsolete transmission infrastructure and limited grid capacity. Thank you for still watching and joining us on the news. To end the news this morning, Nollywood actress and producer Funke Akinto's latest film, Behind the Scenes, has recorded a strong opening in North America, grossing $301,505 across Canada and the United States during its opening weekend. According to a post by the film executive producer, the movie earned $111,256 in Canada and $190,249 in the US within 3 days of release. And now Funke Akindele described the milestone as overwhelming, thanking audiences in both markets for their support. The North American performance follows the film's strongest West African box office run of over ₦2 billion. It's a wrap on the news this morning. Before we go, let's make a recap of the major headlines. We told you Mr. Wale just said federal government will not rely less on borrowing. We now rely less on borrowing rather. We told you said capital hike to spur measures squeeze the smaller operator. And also we brought it to you that the commercial and merchant banks loans dropped to 52 trillion naira, lowest in 14 months. It's a pleasure to have you there watching the news. I am Ire Ayomikunle Eke. Follow us on all our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, ConsumerHallaTV, and be part of our family via YouTube channel as you subscribe right there. Good morning. Have a productive day. Bye for now.
My name is Tunde Olufowora, and I'm the CEO of Brand Eye Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or call it consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline, and I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline, and then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa, and let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I opted to. I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything intact, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting about the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think there were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, "Okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA?" Anyway, so I went on BA to US. And of course, when I returned from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft. This time around to a bigger one. I mean, clearly because there were more Nigerians, or more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. You know, the whole of that business economy all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot, and then I was watching, and then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, "We're really very sorry about this." He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing. While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve they couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. So they came up and said, "We're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get." So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody was jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenient, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. My officer, our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they brought this parcel wrapped. I opened it, and boom, I brought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible. No apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking in my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Halla came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration to finally bring to birth this unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHallaTV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHallaTV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. You're traveling, you buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy, all right? We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team, we have lawyers that are registered on our platform, all right, that can also take up cases, okay? So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So, ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to, we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end. And yet, they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country. None. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at the power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers, we bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, "Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Let me make am now. That's why I buy am." Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I went around, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, "Oh," to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. Oh, let me try this, let me just try and use that to iron my shirt and we can go out." So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! Ooh. The guy was raged. Then he goes, What just happened?" So he said, No, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And they called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, "Look, by the time he even called, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, "Yeah, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then this thing just, stopped, didn't work." At the other hand, I could hear the voice, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that." And they said, "This is your address, yeah? Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement." All right. So my friend handed the call and dropped the. So I said, "So what's going to happen?" He said, "Don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement." I said, "They will bring a replacement." He said, "Yes." I said, They won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the first. No, it can't be his fault now. Shebi, it's a brand new item that he bought." While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so. we had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, "We're so sorry." So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by that. Even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, "We are so sorry." And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went back. He didn't say, "Oga, where is the other one that we gave to you," so that he could take it back. No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, "Can you interpret this to me?" He said, "Here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I would do." So I'm just going to grab a lawyer and I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose. Because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, what can we do now? Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHallaTV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, will be forming part of that our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. So I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHallaTV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
That's why I'm here.
So the trailer is very catchy.
It is actually trailer, the PR again. So
Do you think it's going to touch up on anything concerning the country right now, even though it's close on fire?
that's why I said when it comes to me, there's always, aside the plot depth, there's always the sensitivity he finds a way to impute into the story. So yeah, I know that one will be there for sure.
So let's just say you're Team Blue today. What inspires the outfit?
I mean, he said come. I don't know. I just wanted to come. I didn't want to go overboard because most times I tend to go overboard. Today I was going to come simple, but they're not too simple. So they look at it and say, okay, all right.
That's very, very nice. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, I'm Gidi. Be sure to like, watch, and subscribe to ConsumerHallaTV. And when you have the time, when it's out, ensure to see Colors of Fire. Bye.
Hi, good evening. Hi there. Before we start, first of all, let's clock it for your house.
Yes,
Clock it.
yes,
Clock it. You
And
look so
it's-
stunning.
Thank you, Nigerian made, and this is. a beautiful day, and you know what that means. It's another episode of Market Today on ConsumerHalla TV. As we all know, Market Today is a show where we explore different markets for the prices of different commodities, talk about food items, talk about cosmetics, gadgets, and every other item that constitutes the consumer's daily buy. Today we are back at Bariga Market to know the current prices of food items, to know if the prices are stable, if the economy is more stable, if the prices of food items are more stable, or if it has gone higher. My name is Nwoke Peace. Come with me, let's explore Bariga Market today on ConsumerHalla TV. Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay, ma, can you tell me your name and what you sell in this market?
My name is Rukayat Yabo Debe Odero.
Okay, so what do you sell in this market?
Pepper,
Pepper, tomato,
tomatoes,
shum.
bawa,
Yeah.
and tatashi.
Okay, so let's talk about the prices of the food items you sell.
Tomatoes now basket is 20, 25, 30.
Small basket or the big basket?
It's big basket, 30, 25, 20. The crate one is 10,000, 8,000, 9,000. As the thing dry, so they sell.
Okay, so let's talk about the smaller one, the one we have here right now. How much do you sell this?
This one is 500, some 200, 500. But this one is 500 now.
There's 200 naira tomato.
200, that's what was there.
Please, can we? Which one is it? Where is it?
I know she 200 naira, but this one is 500 naira.
Okay, but if I want to get to 200 naira, you
200
sell
naira.
to me. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's talk about the shumbo.
Shumbo now, the Zak is some, they sell some 30,000, 25,000.
Okay.
Some is 16,000. That one is small one, that's solo one.
Okay.
But Tatashi now is 18,000, 15,000 naira for Zak.
Okay. So, okay. How much is this?
This one is 500.
500 naira per plate.
Per plate is
Okay.
500.
What about the tatashi?
Tatashi is 500, but if you want 200 naira, I'll sell 200
You sell-
naira. Or Tatashi and Bawa 500 naira, I'll sell.
Wow.
Pepper and Tatashi 500, I'll sell.
Wow.
Pepper have already come down now.
So you said that the economy on food items is a bit stable.
My,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, ma, where do you get them from? Where do you buy them from?
for my 12.
From my yourself. Do you have a customer you buy there, or you just go there and you buy from
I
anyone?
just
you
go
see?
there and buy pepper.
Okay. So those pepper over there, that one that is unripe,
That one is a ripe one. That one is 500, 1,000.
why is it different from the other ones?
It's not the same thing, but this one, this black one, then they use and cook of other. That is why they buy that one separate.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't go see that one inside that sack.
Okay.
So we buy them separate inside bath. So that one they cost more than that red one. That is why they share that one 500, 1,000.
Okay. Mrs. Rukayat, please, where how long have you been in this market? How long have you been in this business?
Like 22 or 23 years.
That's been a long time. So let's talk about last year compared to now. Is it the same price you're selling it for now that it was last year?
No. This year, pepper come down very well.
Okay.
And market is okay for this pepper. Because this time by last year, tomatoes cost
Yeah.
and pepper self cost. But this month, this year, that thing is coming down very well.
Okay. So let's also talk about last week. You know, last week we were still fresh into the new year, and the price from last year's Christmas season, did it enter? Did it come through to the new year?
No. This last year for Christmas, tomatoes rise up.
Yeah.
Because New Year and Christmas is outside.
Yes.
But now, tomatoes, pepper is already come down.
It's already
Come
stable. Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank God.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay, ma, can you tell me your name?
My name is Ngozi.
Oh, Mrs. Ngozi.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you come to this market to do? What did you come to do in Bariga Market?
Although I came to bank to go and do some changes of number,
Okay.
then I have to come inside market to buy pomo and peppers just to make a small soup. Hey,
Okay, ma, so since you came to buy something in the market, let's talk about the prices. Do you think the prices are a bit stable now, or do you think it's still high?
Something is still high in the market. Still high.
Okay, so the pomo that you bought today, is it the same price you bought it last week, last year? Is it the same price?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So have you ever had a time where pomo is on the high price? That
Yeah,
you've ever bought it that is very high compared to how stable it is now, how cheap it is right now?
yes, it does. Like last year, in fact, as at last year, things are like all those foodstuff, things are costly, but yet for now it has not yet come down.
It hasn't come down.
Yes, it hasn't come
So
down.
you think it is still high?
Yes, it's still high.
Okay, but okay, let's assume you are here to get food stuff for the family. How much would you budget to buy in bulk?
If I should say I want to buy in bulk,
Yeah.
if someone should say she wants to buy in bulk,
Yes.
is it foodstuffs
Yeah,
only?
just food stuff. Yeah.
Although if you are ready to buy in bulk
Mm.
for cheaper price, somebody should go to like Oyigbo. It's good. Buying in bulk, you
Yeah.
will get it cheaper in Oyigbo market. Yes.
But let's assume you are in this market, Bariga market. Is it only when you want to buy, on the small scale that you come here? What if you want to buy
Yes, if I want to buy in a small scale that I
that you
normally,
only come here?
yes, yes.
Okay. All right, ma. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Fine.
Okay, so can you tell me your name?
My name is Esther.
Esther. Okay, so Miss Esther, what do you sell in Bariga market?
I sell dry fish.
Dried fish. So tell me the types of dried fish you have.
We have mangala, we have folo, we have abori, and catfish.
Okay. So which one is mangala? Which one is folo? Which one is catfish? The Please, can you point it to us?
This is mangala.
Okay.
This catfish.
Okay.
That's folo.
Okay.
And that's oje.
Okay. So what about this one?
Stockfish.
The stockfish. Okay, so walk me through the prices of this item. How much do you sell the mangala? How much do you sell the folo? How much do you sell the catfish?
The mangala is 2,000.
Okay.
The catfish is 500. The oje is 500 and the folo is 500.
Okay, what about the stockfish?
Stockfish, we have 500, 200.
500, 200. Is the 200 naira on here? Okay, this is the 200 naira one. The one in the nylon. Okay. So what about this one? This one's that seem very little. You said what?
Baked fish.
Baked fish. So how much is the baked fish?
200.
200 naira. Okay, so I said that you have egusi here, you have ogbono, yeah, and I think that's a pepper over there. So that's a bowl of pepper rather. So how much do you sell the egusi? How much is the pepper? How much do you sell? How do you sell them?
Said the egusi 16,
Okay.
pepper 200, ogbono 2,000.
Per cup or per bowl? How do you sell?
The wika is 16 of egusi.
Okay.
Pepper, tomato cup that's 200. Ogbono milk cup that's 2,000.
2,000 naira. So let's talk about where you get all these food items from. Where do you buy them from? If you want to buy mangala, this fish now, where do you buy from? Do you have a supplier?
No,
So where do you buy them from?
Oyinbo market.
Oyinbo market. You just go to Oyinbo market and you buy it. Do you buy in bag? Do you buy in baskets? How do you buy it? How do you get them?
Bulk.
In bulk. Okay, so let's talk about the egusi. Where do you get egusi from? The ogbono, where do you get
We have
it from?
supplier.
You have supplier for that one. And do you get them from your supplier, or your supplier brings them to you?
Supplier brings them
Your supplier bring them to you. Okay. So how long have you been in this market?
up to 2 years now.
2 years. Okay. Oh, okay. So you said that you get these items in bulk. When you get them in bulk, how much does it go for? Do they sell it in bags?
Is it we?
No. When you go outside to buy them, is it in bags?
Yes.
Okay, so how much do you get the bags for? How much do they go for?
Some get them 80,000, 120, 90.
120, 90. For which one? Or is it
This
the
one,
same price for all of them?
no.
Okay.
You can get this one of 120. You get the catfish of maybe 25.
Okay.
Then the OJ we get is like 7,000 and the follow the same price, 7,000.
So this break, because I need to understand this baked fish. Do you get it like this, or is it the pieces from some of the fish that you
This
get?
is from some of the fishes.
Okay, from the fishes that you get, then you bring everything together and you sell them, and it's only for 200 naira.
Yes.
Okay. So how has this market been for you? How has it been sustainable to you?
It has been going well, sha.
We thank God, yeah. Okay. Compared to last year, do you think the prices of these items are they stable now, or are they still high? They're still high. Why will you say that? Why do you say that? Because I know people are basically major food items that we talked about today. People are saying that the prices are a bit fair right now, but now you're saying that the prices of fish are still high. So why will you say that?
I would say because sometimes my mom usually buy the fish and she will not see the gain. Or even the price of the price she bought it will not complete.
It will not be complete. So when your mommy buys this item, the only thing she gets back is her capital at times, and then but even though the price is not stable and sometimes you don't get much profit from it, why do you keep buying it? Why do you continue?
Because that's the reason. That is the reason why people. That's the reason why most people are here.
Okay, so the major reason people come to you is because you have fishes that you sell to them, dried fishes. Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you today?
Fine, fine.
Okay, can you tell me your name and what you sell in Bariga Market?
Okay, my name is Victor Oyogo.
Okay.
I sell food stuff
Okay.
like egusi,
Okay.
spaghetti, palm oil. Like this one is King's unbranded Prince.
Okay.
The oil is okay, it's nice.
Okay.
But we bought it direct from our company, the company of King's.
Okay.
But it's not sealed.
Alright.
Once we take our cake there, so they will now refill it inside.
Okay, for you.
So once they bring it, we now measure it like this.
Yeah.
We sell at the good price.
Okay. So I see that you have crayfish, you have granite, you have ogbono. What is that?
This is tiny egusi too.
Okay.
Tiny egusi.
The tiny egusi. Wow, this is my first time I've seen this.
It's okay. It's okay. The egusi is nice. Yes, sir. Tiny ones. Like this one is normal egusi, the big ones. But the special of this one is more small.
Small.
So, and we have the crayfish.
Okay.
The crayfish. This crayfish is okay from Calabar.
Okay.
Oran crayfish, and it's okay. You have the nice taste. Yeah.
Let's talk about this pepper.
Okay.
There are two different types of pepper.
Yeah. Actually, this one now is Ata Ijosi. You understand?
Ata
Ijosi.
Okay.
This one is more pepperish
Okay.
than this one, but this one has taste more than this one.
Okay. So
Yes,
what's this one's name?
Shombo.
Shombo.
Yeah.
Oh, this is dried shombo.
Dry shombo.
Okay, that is good. So let's talk about, now that we know the food items, let's talk about the food prices.
Okay.
So how much do you sell the derica of egusi, crayfish, the small egusi, the big egusi, the ogbono? So how do you sell them?
Like this one, Derika, we sell at retail price 1.6.
Okay.
Wholesale price we sell 1.5 last. Depend the person that come. So this one too, we sell Derika 3,000 naira 2.8 last.
Okay.
As for the Derika,
Yeah.
we actually sell cups too. Cup is 1,000 naira.
Cup is 1,000 naira. Do you sell cup for egusi?
Cup we sell
How much?
400 naira.
400
Yes,
naira.
yes.
What about the small egusi?
Both of them are the same price.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the ogbono? How much do you sell? Okay.
The obono is from farm.
Okay.
Obono is Badagry obono.
Badagry.
We sell this one is half drinker. We have drinker too as well. The drinker is 8,000 naira. Half drinker is 4,000.
4,000.
White cup we sell 2,000 naira.
2,000 naira. Okay, let's talk about the granules and the peppers.
Okay.
How much is the granite for?
Is it paint?
Yeah, paint.
Okay, this tiny one called Ijosi.
Yeah.
This one we sell paint 8,500.
Okay.
The normal shombo we sell it 8,000 naira.
8,000 naira.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the cup?
The
What if I
cup.
only have money for cup?
Okay, like this one now we sell it at the rate of 1.5. This cup 800 naira.
Okay.
Derica 3,000 naira.
The Derica is 3,000 naira.
This one half paint.
Half paint, that's 4,000 naira.
4,250.
4,250. Okay, so I see that you also have eggs here.
Yes, we have eggs.
How much do you sell the eggs?
The egg, we sell it at the rate of 5,500.
5,500.
5,500.
naira. Okay, now we've known the prices, we've known the list of food items you have here. Let's talk about where you get them from. This egusi, where do you get it from?
Normally, we get it from Enugu State.
Enugu State.
Yeah, Enugu Suka.
Okay.
So once they offloaded it at Oyimbo,
Okay.
so we now go there to
Oyinbo to get it.
offloaded the egusi and be selling it at here in Bariga.
Okay. What about the egg? Do you get it from a farm?
Yeah, we get it from the farm at Ikorodu.
Ikorodu.
Agric side.
Agric. Okay. Let's talk about the ogbono. Where do you get it from?
The same place as well.
The same Enugu. Okay. Oh, let's talk about. I'm particularly interested in this small egusi.
Okay.
Where do you get the small egusi from?
It's the same place actually. You know, in Enugu, Suka side, they have a big market there.
Okay.
So them are the one that get it direct from the farms.
Okay.
Some used to buy the egusi from Cameroon.
Okay.
But the Enugu is the main market.
Yeah. Okay. So which one of this egusi do people buy more?
Actually, people used to buy this one and buy this one. Most especially those people that are selling mama put.
Okay.
Those people that are selling
mama put, they buy this one.
Yeah, they buy this one because it swears more than this one. But this one in taste, this one gives special taste.
So if you were to recommend to me, which one would you advise I buy?
It's choice, sir. You understand? This one have special taste more than this one.
Okay.
But this one used to swear. Once you are making it in order to make more profit, that's to use this one too. Because it swear much better than this one.
Okay, let's talk about last year compared to now. Do you think the prices of these food items are on the high end, or is it stable now? Are they stable now?
Like last year now, actually last year, food items went drop. Yes, drop. But we don't know about this year. You know, Nigeria things are going up and down. Yeah.
Okay. Let's move away from this. Let's talk about the tomato paste, the spaghetti, the Maggi. How much is spaghetti?
Spaghetti, we bought it at the wholesale price from the distributors at the rate of 18.4.
18.4.
So we now sell our own price differently.
Okay.
Yes, and like here we sell retail at the price of 1,000.
1,000.
Normally we used to sell one carton 18.8. But we get it at the distributor side 18.4.
18.4. Okay. So you mentioned that this groundnut oil, you get it from the company.
The company of the case.
The company of the case.
So we took our kegs there. They will now refill it to us. So we now
repackage it. Okay, so if you're getting the keg, the one you take to them, how much do you buy a keg from them?
We got it at drums.
Drums. Okay.
This keg now.
So for this,
nine of this is one drum.
Okay.
Yes, we get it at the
440,000. So now let's come to this smaller scale. If you're going to sell this bottle to me right now, how much would you sell it?
We sell it at the rate of
1,800. That's the last price.
Yes, that's the last price. Okay. And I have my best customer, Machala.
All right then. Thank you so much for your time. As we all know, food makes the hungry man happier. That is why we have explored Bariga markets today to know what the current prices of food items are in the streets. My name is Uwoke Peace, and this is Market Today on ConsumerHalla TV. It is not over, but until the next time, you can catch us on ConsumerHalla TV on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until the next episode, bye for now.
Good morning, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us on Perspective, the breakfast show on ConsumerHalla TV, where we talk about all pressing and burning issues making the rounds. I am Ire Ayo Mikule Eke, and today will be quite special because I'm not the only one on the conversation this morning. Kike, good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Now, thank you so much for joining us on the conversation. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month,
All right.
actually.
Okay. I'm sure you're ready for the conversation.
I am. This is my first time on Perspective.
All right. Good
Let's
then.
go.
Let's kick start. On today's edition of Perspective, we'll be decal a bit because we'll be looking into the crucial role of a medical laboratory scientist in the fight against the antimicrobial resistance. And the medical laboratory scientists are key players in fighting antimicrobial resistance, AMR, I beg your pardon. They use tests like microscopy, culture, and the susceptibility to test the identify pathogens, which are the bacterium, virus, or other microorganisms that can cause disease, and also to guide treatment and track the resistance patterns. This helps preserve the antibiotic effectiveness and protect the public health. Simple actions like seeking proper diagnosis and avoiding self-medication, which can make a big difference. And for more insight on the conversation this beautiful morning, we have Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele, who will help us understand the importance of this conversation relating to our economy. It's a pleasure to have you, Mr. Peters. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, then you look dap.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready for the conversation?
Definitely.
All right, good. Now let's get into it. What are the most common misconceptions about AMR, and how can we address them in Nigeria?
So the biggest one would be the common knowledge which we are driven by at the start of the word, which is that every ailment, every sickness is malaria or typhoid.
Yeah.
So this belief has driven us to everyone being physicians of their own. You'll see a mother who sees a child, I have a headache, I feel hot, and just runs to the chemist,
yeah.
to not even the pharmacy.
The chemist, like we call in Nigeria.
A chemist, just a roadside shop to get medication, anti-malaria, antibiotics, to just get them treated. And once they feel that, okay, this person, the fever has broken, no more headache, they stop the medication. And according to World Health Organization, it is funny to say that wellness is, or well-being is not just absence of disease. It's not just when you don't feel well. It's the complete and wholesome physical, mental, and social well-being. There are some people, they don't feel hot, they don't have fever, but then they are sick. They are mentally sick. So if you not say that, okay, it's only when you have fever that you're sick, it's a fallacy. So the major misconception is the fact that we do not understand that well-being or wellness is far beyond just absence of these symptoms.
Okay.
There are many diseases that might have the same symptom. Take, for example, the common cold.
Yeah.
Influence caused by maybe influenza, and also look at compare that with pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia.
Yes.
Though they do have the same catarrh, cough, and all that, but then if you use antibiotics for what you can just treat with by just resting, because your body makeup has its own war machineries that fight these things, which are the white blood cells. So sometimes what we just need is rest, but then everything is malaria, typhoid. So I believe that with this understanding that not everything needs treatment first, and the right way, how do you know that your the cause of your car's fault if you don't take it to a mechanic? to diagnosis.
Exactly.
So we just see ourselves just doing things just because we feel like it.
I think we even take care of our cars more than we take care of ourselves, because we all know that you cannot just open your bonnet and start, going through it. But when it comes to our body, ourselves, which is actually the engine of life, we don't get to take care of it as much as we do other things in life. But before we continue on the conversation this morning, I want to actually understand what AMR is. What is antimicrobial resistance? What causes? Okay.
So when you use antibiotics for a viral infection, it won't work. So antimicrobial resistance is this: the bacteria that does antibiotics are supposed to kill, they grow resistant. They create some kind of shell wall
Yeah.
against the antibiotics
They're
that is
using.
being used.
Okay.
So that is the simple concept of what antimicrobial
Okay.
resistance is. So that is how this happens. So the general knowledge is this: we've seen that you see people say that, okay, staph aureus, if you have this thing, staph aureus, you hear that this thing very commonly. And then when you see someone with maybe UTI,
Yes.
when you see someone with maybe some people even STIs. I've seen a lady when I was doing my service. She just she told me that she was having some kind of feeling, and she brought out an antibiotics, just the one that she's been using before, and she just takes one or two, and she sees that she's feeling better. She leaves it.
Yeah, they continue the medication. Yeah, they don't finish the medication.
But then the thing is this: when you use antibiotics as prophylaxis, that is, you use it as a preventive measure. Or you
Continuously use it.
yes, it creates some kind of the bacteria. It kills some of them, while it immunizes some of them.
Okay, it
empowers
Okay.
them, so that when you use that drug subsequently, it won't work for that
for the one you are
organism again.
for what you are targeting it for anymore.
Yeah.
So I get that. That means that it's in common terms, it has killed all the good bacteria that's supposed to protect you when you are using the particular drug.
Yes, there
Okay.
is that.
Okay.
There is that.
Okay.
And there is the fact that when you are supposed to use, this is how it works. When you use a medication, it goes through processes.
Okay.
Your liver breaks it down, releases the active part of that drug
Okay.
into your system, and then it is transported to that target cell
you're going to.
where it's needed.
Okay.
So what happens is that when you use that drug, and there's something we call bioavailability of the drug. So when you use that drug, it kills some of them, and that is why, and when it gets to a point, the availability of that drug in the system reduces.
Okay.
Which is why some people will tell you use this drug twice in a day.
Oh, use
Because
once a day.
yes,
Okay.
yes. So because it is believed that after like 9 hours or 12 hours, the concentration of that drug has reduced.
Okay.
So you need to replenish it.
Okay.
So that the effect of the drug would continue. And that is why they tell you that, okay, use this for 5 days.
Exactly, in limited time, not stay on it for the rest of your life.
So use this for 5 days, but then you see people say after 2 days they feel well
and they stop it. Yeah, especially with malaria drugs. Nigerians, we do that a lot.
All right, interesting. Mr. Oluwafemi, I love those analyses. They are LD and they are sharp. Now, let's look into this. How can the medical laboratory scientists collaborate with healthcare professionals to optimize antibiotic use and reduce AMR?
Well, that's a very lovely question. I think we are doing better now compared to some 10 years ago, because medical practice now is working towards even personalized medicine. And what do I mean by that? We've come to understand the importance of collaboration in the healthcare space, in the medical space, where we see the importance of the doctor, with the importance of the pharmacist, the importance of the nurse, the importance of the medical laboratory scientist.
Okay.
Some years ago, we do not have that. I could remember when during my training as a medical laboratory scientist, I went to a doctor in our clinic then, and I told him that, see, I've done tests, and I've seen that I have malaria. And the guy was like, who told you that? It's only it's testing that will tell you that you have malaria. I was like, what are you even saying? The only way you can confirm if you have an ailment is when you go through testing. And now, because you want to prove some kind of superiority complex, you're trying to talk me down. And at the end of that conversation, he was telling me that, do you know you can still go back and do medicine? I was like, that's even out of the point. But now we've come to understand the unique roles of each healthcare professional. So the role of the medical laboratory scientist is even beyond diagnosis. We even do surveillance.
Okay.
Because you cannot say that a drug is resistant except we tell you that it's resistant.
Oh.
Because in a climb like ours, 2 weeks ago, I was in a conference, a summit, Impact Africa Summit. And then they asked a question like, okay, how do you know the effectiveness of the drug and all that? And the first thing the physician said was that, see, the first thing that comes to mind when you talk about, when you see a drug not functioning is that you've prescribed or you've used a fake drug.
There's that.
There's that. And there is drug resistance. So the first thing that comes to mind for a random physician who is not that deep is that maybe it's a fake drug. Let's try and get from another source. But then you cannot confirm that a drug is resistant if we have not told you that it's resistant. Because what we do in the lab is that we try to isolate the organism. We try to grow it in the lab. And then we test different drugs. We identify it that, okay, this is this, this is that. Then we try to test different drugs against that organism. And then we now track the one that is effective, the one that is not effective. We call it resistant drugs, and we now detect the ones that are sensitive.
So you're saying that it's not only antibiotics that can be resistant to somebody.
No.
There can be other drugs also that can be resistant to somebody, because I think in the last 3 years, antibiotics has been the forefront of conversations for medical practitioners about resistance, about how they will do surgeries for people and then they will try to treat some infections with antibiotics and it doesn't work anymore. All because of the fact that the people, Nigerians, we tend to use a lot of antibiotics. I don't know who is prescribing it for us, but any little thing we're going to, just like a UTI you mentioned, most ladies will tell you, I'll use Flagyl 400 and then I'm good to go. You didn't go to the hospital to know whether you can use it. You didn't even know whether you can take injection for it, because a lot of people think infection is stereotype alone to sexually transmitted disease, whereas you can get UTI as a lady in a different form, but they don't know. Maybe they are shy to talk about that with their doctors. Maybe they don't want to be judged, because most of them will be like, why would I go to the hospital to go and tell a male doctor or a female doctor that I have? They'll be like, oh, maybe I am loose. Those are conversations that medical practitioners need to actually have with different people. They need to bring out this awareness that there's some illness that is not even associated to STI, but many people don't know that. We are, according to maybe research or statistics, is common for women to actually have infection. Maybe because of where you are using your toilet, maybe the water you are using. The first time I got a UTI infection, it was the water in where I served in Ibadan. It was a well water that I used, and I noticed it. And I'm like, I've never, something that I've never noticed that before. I've never had a change in my body like that. So I called my father. Like, Dad, this is like, okay, go to the hospital. Somebody told me, a friend of mine told me to use Flagyl
flagyl 400. I've never heard that flagyl has 400 milligrams. I only know the flagyl, and that flagyl that we even use for stopping poo is not even a right medication for stopping poo. So I don't use it anymore. But if I tell my mom now that you don't use flagyl, she'll be like, that's what they used to stop poo. I mean, there's a particular medication for poo, for you to stop your poo, for stooling. That's not it, but she doesn't listen. So I called my father, was like, no, go to the hospital, go and check what's wrong. Because I just explained my symptoms to my friend, my female friend, and she was like, no, just use flagyl, that's it. So maybe she has gotten it a lot of time, because that was the first time I was getting it. So I had to go to the hospital, and when I got, they were like, oh, buy a grapefruit or a grape wine. Make sure you finish the whole bottle and just come for 2 days medication, 2 days injection. And I went, and in that 2 days that was, and when I told her, I was like, are you sure it's gone? Because I treat mine sometimes for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, you can see the difference of someone that went to the hospital. And the doctor even explained to me that sometimes if you take a lot of grape, or what they call it, this grape juice, it tends to help your bladder release more, because you are forcing your pee, it's not coming out. But then your bladder is full, but because of the fact that you have a little bit of obstruction, that is the reason why. So just make sure you always take grape fruit, or I can't remember the name of but it tastes like grape. But I remember I took that Eva wine or something, that red one. That's what he recommended for, and I don't think he even gave me any medication. It was just those 2 days injections, and that was it. But for my friend, it was a different experience entirely. So it could be that for her now, maybe she's already getting that resistance that you are talking about. But how can you be on that flagyl is very bitter. So I don't know how you're using it for a whole, and she's telling me one in the morning, one in the night. So you're telling me I'm going to use like 3 sachet for like, because I'm treating something. No, that's not going to work for it. So that's why I'm very particular about it. It's not now just about antibiotics. There are also other medications that you can actually develop resistance for.
Yes, there are actually other resistance is resistant. It can be to a viral drug, it can be to many kind of medications, any kind. But the most common one has been antibiotics.
Okay, because that's what is very common.
That is the most common one. And people just believe that if it has worked the first time, it will work the second time, which is not entirely true. The body has, take for example the UTI, the body has good microorganisms that actually protect you. But then when you use antibiotics indiscriminately, you kill them.
Those are the good bacteria I was talking about.
Yeah. So you kill them, and then you allow for these bad microorganisms
to be playing ball.
All right, interesting. Mr. Olafemi, while making your analysis the other time, you made mention of the role of the laboratory, and you made mention of surveillance. Now, let me ask you, can you please elaborate on the role of surveillance in tracking resistant patterns and informing public health policies?
So, like I said the other time, we've had a lot of policies around antimicrobial resistance, which has helped also in preserving and protecting higher burden on our healthcare system. Because currently, you will talk about brain drain. I saw a consultant, I think nephrologist, saying that in the current statistics for consultant nephrologists is 1 to 1, is it 1 million in Nigeria? Now imagine a situation whereby, and what happens when antimicrobial resistance occurs and we do not track it down now, is that it increased hospitalization rate. People will keep on coming back and coming back and coming back to treat the same thing. And it increases the burden on our healthcare system. The same time a doctor would used to attend to like other people, it will keep on using it to attend to same persons. So we see that, and then we've had the role of the medical laboratory scientist to help the physician track down and know how to make their treatments more effective. So, like I said the other time, you cannot know if a drug is resistant if we do not tell you that it's resistant. We are the ones that know the pattern. We see it from the lab that, okay, after a while, and that is the reason for data. We have our data. So we see it from pattern that, okay, over a while, and for example, we have MRSA, which is the methicillin resistant Staphylococcus aureus, which is being tracked right now. That is the role of a medical laboratory scientist. So we see the pattern, we see the drugs that are being resistant to these things, and then we alert the policymakers that, see, these are the drugs that we've seen over time that is becoming resistant to this class of organisms. So it involves and it informs them of the kind of policies that can be taken to prevent these things. So in the National Action Plan it took effect from last year 2024 to 2028, over a 4 years period. There is the antimicrobial stewardship, which is a policy that promotes the prudent use of antibiotics in both human and animal. Do you know, shockingly, that one of the major contributors for drug resistance,
this particular question,
is from animal.
I wanted to ask you about agriculture, livestock.
That's
where my question is going to come from, because it's very, like, I'm aware of the fact that the medication they use in treating what we ingest can also cause a lot of antibiotic deposits in our body. So I wanted to ask you that. I wanted you to even explain in great detail how that's, because a lot of Nigerians consume chicken, beef, pork, stuff like that, and these are the medication that these what will I say? Will I say the owners of this poultry, they don't even have the knowledge. It's not as they have a veterinary doctor that is taking care of their livestock. They just let me just put antibiotics. Let me grind it into the water they are drinking. Let me do that, and then they are feeding these things, and for us consuming it also is depositing in our body. I wanted you to explain that for me. Those are one of the questions that I wanted to ask you.
Okay, so you see, we in this our country, we are used to, we believe so much in knowledge that we don't have. Some of us, we've turned ourselves to doctors, we've turned ourselves to veterinary doctors, we've turned ourselves to mechanics, we've turned ourselves to talk about anything.
Talk about trades.
So, and this is creating more harm than good. It is very right that antibiotic deposit comes from this livestock that we consume. Talk about cows, chickens, and all that. So sometimes the antibiotics being used for this treatment in these poultries, sometimes they are used for prophylaxis. That means they don't see anything happening to those chicken or those birds or those.
Before anything happens.
Before
they
anything
do it
happen
every
and all
morning.
that. And that puts the drug deposit in the meat that is produced from this livestock.
So no matter the cooking that you cook, is still going to be
still going to be there. It's not an organism that dies by maybe you eat them, you subject them to high temperatures and all that. No, that doesn't happen.
So that means this particular drug doesn't have any effect, like negatively, because if they are giving
it does.
So no, I'm talking about the livestock, not us. Yeah, it does have a very, very bad effect on us, because that's what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the livestock, because I'm wondering how an animal will be taking this thing, and then we, the last consumers of this thing, are going to be the ones suffering from it. So that means maybe it doesn't have any effect on the animals, or what? Why exactly are they giving the animals those things?
Drug resistance to happen in
Animals.
Oh, okay. It does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay.
And what happens is that when we now consume this produce, we take these, we call them superbugs, because they've been exposed to these drugs over time, and they've built immunities against them. And that is one. And we have zoonotic diseases, which is from animals to humans.
Yeah.
So as it affects them, it affects us too.
Okay.
And that is where the role of policies come in. That is where it comes in.
All right, interesting. I know you're enjoying yourself on the conversation this morning on Perspective. We're discussing the crucial role of medical laboratory scientists in the fight of antimicrobial resistance, and we have Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele on the conversation. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we dissect and ponder better on this issue. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying with us. Please sip your coffee. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHallaTV.
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 At ConsumerHallaTV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHallaTV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and a lot more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHallaTV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHallaTV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHallaTV. At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
At ConsumerHallaTV, you deserve to be heard.
We appreciate you for still staying there and watching Perspective on ConsumerHallaTV. This is where we have discussions about pressing issues and burning issues making the round. And on the conversation, we are having something important that it's crucial to talk about. That is the crucial role of a medical laboratory scientist in the fight against antimicrobial resistance. And we have Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele on the conversation. Now let's get to it. What are the implications of AMR on Nigeria's healthcare system?
So when we talk about how this directly affect our healthcare system, one of the things we'll talk about is the effect of AMR, which is treatment failure. You notice that you keep on treating the same thing over and over again. And then this is increasing the burden on our healthcare system. So take for example, another topic is this typhoid thing. When people say that I have typhoid, and I have this thing, I have that, how do you know you have typhoid? Because before you have typhoid, the way you ingest salmonella is, have you taken any dirty water? Did you, how are you sure that? You can't even assert. If you have typhoid, you won't be the one to tell us you have typhoid. So you just say people just when they feel fever or they are pooing, they tell you that they have typhoid.
Or diarrhea.
Or diarrhea. which of course increases the burden, the healthcare burden we are faced with in the healthcare space, where treatments now fail. We are now burdened with the fact that we new researchers will now have to look for new drug that can treat these infections.
All right, I love this conversation a lot because it has to do with the daily lives of we Nigerians 247. And now you've told us about the implications of AMR on the healthcare system in Nigeria. So what step can Nigerians take to prevent AMR? And how can we promote the awareness? Because she mentioned about the awareness earlier on and about responsible antibiotic use, because there is a whole lot of misuse outside there.
Yeah, that is why I must commend platforms like ConsumerHalla TV, which gives the privilege to put out this information there, because they say knowledge is power.
Yeah, it is.
More of these things are health behaviors that we've learned over generations. You see your mother treat any small thing, gives you anti-malaria, gives you 1 dose of antibiotics. When you give birth to, you believe that that is the pattern. And when you've seen it work once, you believe that it will continue to work. So it is on every one of us to put out that information. Like, I must commend you telling your friend about the need to go to the hospital to get tested, to get proper treatment. And then I must commend also you giving your mother a feedback that, okay, this is what I went through.
Till now.
But believe me, you've passed the message.
They don't listen. All these are our mothers. They don't listen. You tell them a lot of things, they'll be like, and you're more saying, you these children of nowadays. Do you know what's funny is that I feel like what you're saying is very true. It's like a generational thing. My mother did it, so why is it going to be a problem for me? This issue of dusting powder, all this rub for children. If I tell my mother, when I give birth, you will not shake my baby because of shaking baby syndrome. She doesn't believe any of that. Didn't I do it for you? You know how did it?
Did you die?
She tell me, "Shock, like you know all those." They are very funny. That there are things that, and I now explain to her that. Do you notice that the mortality rate in the country has dropped because people that are giving birth after you guys are more aware. You can't compare the mortality rate of when you were giving birth as at that time, even up to 2007, compared to it now. Even we losing mothers now, some mothers already have their birth plan. They will ask you, do you have blood in store for me? Because they are informed of all of these things. So, but the older generation would not listen. They would not listen to you because we have that issue. And these are issues that I feel like the public healthcare system needs to address. Maybe there's a need for just not taking drugs to rural area. There is a need for proper education. And I love the fact that you came here this morning to address people, to let them know that this is what is going on in the country. You having your baby on the same bed with you is as you saying that you want to just kill that child. God forbid, a lot of people's children die. You just see them, we slept together yesterday and what happened? You might have rolled, or the people might have rolled and suffocated, but they don't understand any of this because they've been doing it, and so it is very, very safe and practical, which is not always like that.
Very true.
All right, now, what do you think is the fears of Nigerians that make them neglect hospitals and laboratory when they are feeling ill and prefer to do self-medication? Because this is becoming alarming, and right now we need to create that awareness that what you're doing is bad, and it's high time people stop it and do the right thing at the right time.
You see, one of the things I must commend the Lagos state government for is their role in helping to reduce payment of healthcare services out of pocket.
Okay.
So you see the Lagos state what do they call them now? I think is it Lamasa or something that are in charge of HMOs, Lagos
Okay,
State
HMOs,
Health
yeah.
Management
Organizations.
Yes. So you see them going to rural communities to tell them that okay, you can be on this platform, and then you don't need to pay for healthcare services.
A lot of them
just
actually.
so
Niger girls, I've seen a lot.
yeah. So one of the major contributors for people not patronizing the it's money. And would you blame them?
No.
Because the economy has affected the healthcare system too. Take for example, some years ago, I'm a medical laboratory scientist. One of our reagents used in testing HIV used to sell for 18,000 naira. Guess how much is this now?
Just to test for HIV.
As in the kit used for testing. Guess how much it is now?
How much?
120,000.
I was thinking about that too.
18,000.
From 18,000.
That was when?
That was about a year ago or a year and a half.
That's 2023. Let us say 2023.
Let's say 2023.
Wow.
Now it's 120,000. Where would the money come from? People will pay. So one of the major reasons why people don't use healthcare facilities is because of money. And then the solution to that is we should encourage our people to be on HMO platforms.
So it's not only because many people think HMO is just for office people, 9 to 5.
No.
So it's not just for office people.
No, it's not.
It's
not. It's not. With the policy in Lagos State that every worker must be on HMO. If you are employing more than 5 staff, you must place them on HMO.
So Ilera Eco is also like an HMO.
Yes.
Because I know that Ilera Eco,
yes,
I think it's for elderly. Is it just for elderly people? It's just
no,
for
it's for everybody.
Okay. That one is for reducing
Yeah.
the money. But it only works for public hospitals, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You've commended the Lagos State government in charge of HMOs and all of that. How can the government and the private sector support the medical laboratory scientists in the fight against AMR?
Okay, one of the things that we can do, and we that will help the system, is for research and development.
Okay.
Because when this occurs, new drugs must be discovered. And also funding. Help our system to get funding so that we can help better place our healthcare system. So there are many ways, and help in surveillance also. So these are ways that the public and private partnerships can help in curbing this particular issue, because it's a menace. It is a menace. According to the World Health Organization, about 1.2 million people face this yearly.
Yearly, not the total. Wow.
All
Sorry,
right.
before you go, because I know we are almost at the end of the program, I want you to help educate the audience watching right now at home, and people are going to still watch the program after we are done with this program, about the fact that AMR is a very important conversation and it's a very important issue that is affecting us. Does it have a cure? These are things I know many of us will want to know. Is it curable, or once you have that particular resistance, you have to be placed on other diagnoses?
Well, antimicrobial resistance for organisms, it's not curable, and it's not, how do I put this now? Malaria is UTI is an infection, it's a disease. STIs can be diseases and all that. But for antimicrobial resistance, it can happen across board. It can happen to just anything, any disease. So if you are resistant to a drug, the thing is that we try to get other drugs that can work for you.
That's what we're talking about, the personalized medication.
So,
and that's a lot of money, more than the one you're supposed to avoid.
The thing is that if a drug A doesn't work for you, we look for higher strength, which will cost you more money.
You could have avoided that by going to the hospital or by going to a laboratory to, check on what is going on. So what we are saying is that if you develop this particular resistance, which is AMR, antimicrobial resistance, there is no cure for it. So you need, you and your medical team need to look for other medications that would work for you. And trust me, if you don't know that you have this particular issue, it is also an issue that can lead to death. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
Because there's some people that go for major surgeries and then they have infection from those surgeries, but you cannot treat them with antifungal or anti-malaria anymore because you're already used to that particular one and it's not working for you. And these infections can be, a facilitator of death. A lot of people have died due to this particular issue. So that's what we are talking about this morning.
All right,
Thank you.
interesting. Now to brush things up because we have to round the conversation up this morning. What message would you like to convey to Nigerians about the importance of the medical laboratory scientists in combating AMR?
What I would say to us is, beyond seeking medical attention, make sure that when you have things like UTIs, get tested.
Exactly.
Because that's the only way you can know what drug will work for you.
That's true.
Drugs is not one shoe fits all. It's not one shoe fits all. The same this infection that person A has and person B has, maybe one of the drugs can treat A and not treat B.
Really?
So it's due to the exposures we've had over time.
Okay.
So the thing is, when you have you believe that you are feeling sick, seek proper medical attention.
Please do.
And then when you need to use antibiotics, your doctor needs to use antibiotics on you, get tested.
All right, interesting. It's been a insightful and engaging conversation with the help of Mr. Oluwafemi Peters Oladele, joining us on Perspective Live in the studio this beautiful morning to talk about the crucial role of a medical laboratory scientist in the fight against antimicrobial resistance. And hopefully you've said all these things. I hope we, because I don't want to use Nigerians, because we all are Nigerians, so I hope we act swiftly to all these things, and definitely we might overcome the issue of AMR in Nigeria. It's a very beautiful conversation. Mr. Oluwafemi, thank you so much for joining us on the conversation once again. All right, we need to bring all things to an end on Perspective, another beautiful edition of Perspective. Will be back tomorrow. Remember, Perspective is where we talk about all the pressing and burning issues making the round. I am Iri Ayo Mikuleke. Bye for now, and do well to enjoy the rest of your day by being productive. Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brand on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiences.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy Iremofeko Foworola, and you know what? They call me the AUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AWOOF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AWOOF is for you. You can get to know about trendy market slashes, promos, offers, and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that is so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AWOOF packages. Peace.
Public service announcement. Hello consumers, I am Kikelomo Ajibola and welcome to the Scam Alert segment on ConsumerHalla TV. Scam Alert educates viewers about various scams affecting consumers. We learn tips on how to identify fraudulent activities and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you're not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. Don't say I didn't do anything for you this 2025. Bye.
Welcome to In the Marketplace. We are taking you on a journey behind the scene of Nigeria's most vibrant market, from the sight and sound of the market to the stories of the people who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to the In the Marketplace on ConsumerHalla TV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media and on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brands and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. And that is why at ConsumerHalla TV,
you deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHalla TV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Market Today is the show where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the prices of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHalla TV, we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind if it's just a jealous person.
Oh,
It's new movie release, update, and Screen Time. I'm going to enjoy myself because this is my favorite time on the program. I get to recommend good movie for you, and I'm also waiting for you to recommend movies to me also in the comment section. Screen Time is not just all about entertainment, it is relaxing and also educational. So that is why we are bringing to you Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. And in case you're wondering where to join us every Mondays by 5 o'clock p.m. at ConsumerHalla TV on our YouTube channel. Subscription It's very, very free. And in case you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. We are begging you, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. What are you waiting for? Click on that follow and subscribe right now.
And from the I to the R to the E to the M to the F to the E, my name is Iremofe Koforola, the man always clothed in wealth and strength.
And I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Toodles!
My name is Tunde Olufowora, and I'm the CEO of Brand Eye Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or call it consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline, and I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline, and then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa, and let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I opted to. I had a small case, and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything tagged, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting about the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think there were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US. and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA? Anyway, so I went on BA to US. And of course, on our return from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow. So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. I mean, clearly because there were more Nigerians, or more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. The whole of that business economy all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot. And then I was watching. And then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, we're really very sorry about this. He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing. While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve it. They couldn't manage the case.
Good morning and welcome to ConsumerHallaTV News at 10. I am Iri Ayomi Kune Eke. And now we start the news. The federal government plans to rely more on domestic resources and reduce the dependence on borrowing. The Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, said this while speaking on Bloomberg Television at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, yesterday. Mr. Edun emphasized the need to focus on revenue generation, as he added that while the country could access international bond market if necessary, the government priority is to mobilize its own resources. The minister remarked come as Nigeria implement fiscal reforms aimed at strengthening its economy. Mr. Edward outlined the government effort to raise tax revenue and strengthen the fiscal sustainability amid mounting global economic pressures. About security now, the Securities and Exchange Commission revised the minimum capital requirement for capital market operators, which is expected to trigger the mergers and acquisitions in Nigeria, with more players likely to exit the market. The chief economist and managing editor of ProShare, Mr. Teslim Shitabe, explained that fund managers and asset managers operate differently from banks. His statement says, and I quote, "Fund managers take money from third parties. They don't invest their own money. If I'm managing assets that are in excess of 500 billion naira, but it's not my money, why should I be capitalized at 2 billion naira or 3 billion naira?" he said. He also stressed that capitalization requirements designed for banks may not be appropriate for capital market operators. A new report says loan provided by commercial and merchant banks in Nigeria dropped to 52 trillion naira in June 2025, marking the lowest level in 14 months. This is according to the CBN latest quarterly statistical bulletin. The last time the figure fell below this threshold was in April 2024, when it stood at 51 trillion naira. The CBN data revealed that the June 2025 figure represents a 2 trillion naira decline from May 55 trillion naira, translating to a 4.95% month-on-month decrease. Moreover, on a year-on-year basis, loan dipped slightly by 9 billion naira, less than 1%, compared to 52 trillion naira in June 2024. The figures reflect a cautious approach by banks in issuing loans as the sector continues to grapple with recapitalization compliance requirements set by the Apex Bank. Meanwhile, the CBN has set the 30th of March 2026 as the deadline date for banks to meet the revised capital requirement. Away from there, let's report from Lagos State as a new report says fire destroyed goods worth millions in Lagos Computer Village. Regarding to the story, a commercial building in Lagos Computer Village caught fire early Tuesday morning yesterday. This resulted in the loss of goods valued at millions of naira. Report says the incident occurred at a one-story structure on Shomo Station as the federal government has inaugurated a committee on book ranking and selection to enhance the quality and affordability of textbooks used in Nigerian schools. The announcement was made in Abuja on Monday during this week at the inauguration with the Minister of Education, Dr. Tuji Alausa. The initiative aimed to address gaps that have allowed poor quality materials, lack of standardization, and excessive financial burdens on parents to persist. While speaking at the event, Dr. Tuji Alausa said the current system had failed to validate and rank textbooks before approval properly. He explained that some subjects had as many as 50 approved books with no care quality benchmarks, allowing instructional materials to minimal quality to be approved alongside higher quality options. Away from education, let's talk business, where the Nigerian Communications Commission has unveiled a new spectrum roadmap aimed at expanding the country's broadband capacity amid the surge in data consumptions by Nigerians. The Commission unveiled the draft spectrum roadmap for 2026 to 2030 alongside new guidelines for opening the lower 6 GHz and 60 GHz spectrum bands at an event in Abuja. The initiative is designed to attract investment and prepare Nigeria's telecoms infrastructure for rapidly growing data demand. However, according to the Commission, GSMA intelligence data projected average mobile data usage per connection in Nigeria to increase from 5.8 gigabyte per month in 2025 to 12.0 gigabyte by 2030. And over the same period, active mobile subscriptions are projected to grow from 171 million to about 220 million. Thank you for still staying with us. Now, back to Lagos State. The Lagos State government, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has accused some local and international non-governmental organizations of taking advantage of the demolition exercise in the Makoko area of the state. The governor said the NGOs rather have made a lot of money from foreign donors requesting grants and wealth into those places. This was made known by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu while speaking to journalists after signing the 4.4 trillion naira appropriation bill into law on Monday, January 19. The governor defended the demolition of structures in that axis as he said the state government is studying the situation and will provide evidence in a nutshell. Away from Lagos State, the chairman and chief executive officer of the agency, General Buba Mawa, said the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency arrested not fewer than 77,792 drug offenders and seized about 14,847 kilograms of assorted illegal drugs in the last 5 years. Mr. Mawa disclosed this yesterday in Abuja during the NDLEA Command Awards and Commendation ceremony, where outstanding command and personnel of the agency were honored for their performance over the past year. According to him, the seizures significantly disrupted local and transnational drug trafficking networks. They sent a clear message that Nigeria is no longer a safe haven for elite drug enterprises. While delivering his remarks, he said the agency also arrested 128 identified drug barons who played central roles in major trafficking operations across the country, noting that the successes were the result of deliberate reforms aimed at repositioning the NDLEA for effective service delivery. Now let's focus talking about electricity, as Nigeria's power supply crisis seems to be unabated. Stranded electricity generation capacity rose by 1.19% to 2,275 megawatts over a 5-year period, highlighting persistent weakness in the country's transmission infrastructure and worsening the liquidity challenges across the power value chain. The operational data obtained from electricity generating companies GenCos show that despite available generation capacity, a significant portion of power remained unevacuated due to transmission constraint, resulting in widespread load shedding and unstable electricity supply nationwide. The data also indicate that stranded generation capacity stood at 2,248.50 megawatts in 2021 and dropped to 1,816.49 megawatts in 2022, as it rose to 2,226.96 megawatts in 2023 and got declined slightly to 2,180.31 megawatts in 2024 before climbing to 2,275.67 megawatt in December 2025, the highest level recorded within the period under review. Reacting to the development, GenCos expressed concern over what they described as a 33.60% deficiency in power evacuation, attributing the shortfall largely to obsolete transmission infrastructure and limited grid capacity. On a lighter note, to end the news, Nollywood actress and producer Funke Akindele's latest film, Behind the Scenes, has recorded a strong opening in North America, grossing $301,000 across Canada and the United States, US, during its opening weekend. According to a post by the film's executive producer, the movie earned $111,256 in Canada and $190 in the US within 3 days of release. Funke Akindele described the milestone as overwhelming, thanking audiences in both markets for their support. The North American performance follows the film's strongest West African box office run for 2025. It's a wrap on the news Thursday morning. Thank you so much for joining and watching us. I am Ire Ayomekunle Eke. For the latest updates, join us on the Media News by 12 and follow us on all our social media platforms. Subscribe to YouTube channel. Bye for now.
The crisis or what was going on about it, they couldn't fix it. So they come up and said, we're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get. So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody was jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on a BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenience, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man, A British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. Our officer, our guys in our mail room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they bought this parcel, wrapped. I opened it, and boom, I bought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible, no apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking in my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Hala came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to birth this unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHalla TV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first we call it the first complaint or consumer complaint resolution portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHalla TV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. You're traveling, you buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy, all right? We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team, we have lawyers that are registered on our platform, all right, that can also take up cases, okay? So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So, ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers to, we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end, and yet they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country, none. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers, we bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Na me make am, that's why I buy am. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I did a lot of, I went around, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, oh, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the present iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. let me try this. Let me just stand, use that to iron my shirt, and we can go out. So I was seated. The TV was on. I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! The guy was raged. Then he goes, "What? What just happened?" So he said, no, these guys are in trouble. They're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And they called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, by the time he even called, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, yeah, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then the thing just, stopped, didn't work. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that. And they said, this is your address? Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement. All right. So my friend ended the call and dropped the. So I said, so what's going to happen? He said, don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement. I said, they will bring a replacement. He said, yes. I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the first. No, it can't be his fault. Shebi is a brand new item that he bought. While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so, we had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, we're so sorry. So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by it that even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, we are so sorry. And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went bad. He didn't say, "Oga, where is the other one that we gave to you," so that he could take it back. No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, can you interpret this to me? He said, here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I will do. So I'm just going to grab a lawyer. And I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose. Because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, what can we do now? Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we're going to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHallaTV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, will be forming part of that our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. Please. So, I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHallaTV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we are out to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Consumers, it's been a while, but guess what? I'm back! You're welcome to another beautiful episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV, and I am Matilda Omenai. Consumer Voice is the show where we'll be going to different places in Nigeria, in Lagos State, to get people's preference on different products or brands that they make use of. And today is not different. Today's episode promises to be very exciting. We want to know which soft drink Nigerians or consumers prefer taking. There are a lot of soft drink brands in Nigeria, ranging from the smallest to the biggest, and from those that give you utmost satisfaction. Even if it's after a long day at work or under the sun, Nigerians like to get refreshed. We like cold soft drink, but then there are lots of soft drinks in the market. We want to know which one really hit the spot. So come with me as we find out. Let's go. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
Okay, so what's your name?
Kelvin.
Kelvin. So do you take soft drinks?
Sure, I do.
Which one do you take?
Fanta precisely.
Why Fanta?
I don't know. It's just something I like.
Okay, so have you tried other brands?
Sure, I have, yeah.
Like which one?
I've tried Coke, Pepsi. I've tried everything, literally. But I just prefer Fanta.
What's that one thing about Fanta that makes it stand out for you?
There's no like specific reason why I like it. But I know for me, I think maybe it's because it resonates with me personally. Yeah, in some kind of way.
Can you explain why or how?
It's Fanta watching. If I tell them, would they endorse me?
Never can tell.
Okay. Well, there's something peculiar about Fanta. Now, there is Fanta, there is Mirinda. It's almost similar, but there's a different taste in it. Sure. I don't even have both. You see, for Fanta, it has this sensational, I don't know, but it's very different. It's just very different.
Okay. So for how long have you been taking Fanta?
All my life.
All your life?
All my life. I don't think another said about Fanta. And they will say Fanta is not good for men, but me, I love Fanta.
You love Fanta?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think the price is quite affordable?
I don't think it's affordable now because we started from 100 naira to 150. From 150 we went to 300 and it's corrected to 500. But what can we do? It's the world we live in right now.
Okay. So is there anything you want the company or the owners, the producers of Fanta to do to make it better for you?
Well, if you want to make it better, Fanta, if you're watching, make me your ambassador. I love Fanta more than you do. And I think for me, right, I've made my friends, I've influenced them to like love Fanta as well. So if you're watching, make me ambassador.
Okay, one last question. So if you were to take Fanta, probably you've had a very long day and you're walking on the road, the sun is scorching and you want something to cool you down, and then you want to get Fanta. What snacks do you get with it?
Meat pie.
Meat pie?
Yes, now your body now meat pie.
Okay, rate Fanta 1 to 10.
10.
10. So Fanta is a 10.
It's a 10 for over 10.
Okay, clack it. Okay, thank you. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
All right.
Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Feromi.
Feromi. Okay, so do you take soft drinks?
Yeah, I do.
Which one do you like taking?
Sprite.
Sprite. Why Sprite?
I mean, like, it's just a very great thirst quencher, so that's why I like it.
So what you're saying now is that you like Sprite, but you're holding Fanta. Can you explain? Explain yourself.
Fanta was just the only drink I could find at the moment, so and I needed a drink, so yes, I just had no choice.
Okay.
Like, Fanta is my second choice after Sprite, yes.
So, but how long have you been taking Sprite?
For, shall I say, 10 years.
10 years?
Not consistently though, but like 10 years.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So what's that one thing in particular that you like about Sprite? That thing that stands out for you?
The flavor, it's just different. Lemon and lime, like, it's different. So yeah, that's what stands out for me.
Okay. So aside Sprite and Fanta, have you tasted other soft drinks?
Yes.
Like which one?
Mirinda, Schweppes, and which one again? I think that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something you didn't like about those ones?
No, nothing.
Okay. So is there anything you want the producers of Sprite to improve about it?
I don't think I have anything to say concerning that, because I mean, I feel like Sprite is just Sprite, and of course, I don't think they can make it taste like the foreign ones, because like the foreign ones, there's just something about it just tastes different. I don't know what they did to those ones and the ones in Nigeria. The foreign ones just taste better. But I don't know if they can make it taste like that one. Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think Sprite is affordable?
Coming from 10 years, I feel like the price of Sprite has changed, because Sprite I used to get